You are watching the biggest, the largest, the highest, the greatest, the tallest, the mightiest African spiritual platform. In fact, we are the only platform I ever mantra. Do you chant it? You are the biggest. You are the largest. You are the tallest. You are the greatest. You are the highest. Don't say you are. Say, I am the biggest. I am the largest. I am the highest. I am the greatest. I am the tallest. And see, it's a mantra. Keep chanting it and see what happens to you. Through meditation, a lot of things can happen. But microphone say a mantra and then maybe a swatch. You are watching us. We are the biggest. Yes. I welcome you, my people. It's another great episode. My name is always Queen Hadasha Labraska. Obi say bi enye na hi kra say medin mpacho obetumi aka say wo ye po obetumi aka say wo na wo ye mountains e wo Ghana dia me ye na me kana ne wo so wo ye na abeka we so dia he na hawi. I am the sun goddess. I am the spear of destiny. I am the true bloodline. In fact, this month pano anke say said the Paul kan or say I know how to abase and how to abound. A whole Gaia unimomo ana unimomo. They are now talking about Akon. The very first time they are talking about Akons. And I am so proud of my viewers out there. The topic was our topic. The way we made a topic, who are the Akons? And these people around Europe, because our platform, the Obetia and Sawakoso, around Europe, near the Adeno, they went on the platform and they started sending us pictures about the topic. Say, hey, a whole Gaia. They are now talking about Akons. Mami Grace, people are watching you. I said, na fe na mwemu. Aye. Na fe di nkrofo e turo midin wo pay omo page ne so omo page omo kohwe so alawu. We are working hard. We will get there. I welcome you, my people. I appreciate you guys. Today we are going to discuss the concept of creation and spirituality beyond scriptures. Papa, we welcome you to Revelations.
Thank you, ma'am.
Great. Today is your first time on this bigger platform.
Yes,
so I want you to pay obeisance to the followers and subscribers. They make this platform the biggest. And introduce yourself to us, who you are, what you are, and why you are here.
It's been an honor being here. Honestly, I've been watching this program. I really love your programs and I love what you're doing. So today, me being here is like a dream come true for me. Yes. All right. My name is Onsunyame Amono Roxen. I practice Molism, which is the mystic order of light and sound meditation. Honestly, let me say it's my own path that I've chosen. It's purely based on meditation, just light and sound meditation that I practice mostly. And professionally, I'm an IT professional. I also do music as well. So today, basically, that's what I'm here to talk about the concept of creation and then spirituality beyond scriptures. So thank you for the opportunity once again.
We welcome you. Abusia, your guest, I imagine will feel hanomo and then. So when you say it's a path that you chose yourself, how you have to discover something before you chose it,
yes, please.
Right?
Yes.
So how did you discover this path, and what made you choose that path?
Growing up, I was born to, though my dad, like the beginning of my dad, he was a Christian at first before he entered into Buddhism for almost 20 years. So I was born a Buddhist, so that was the line I was told growing up. So I was in that religion until I got into secondary school. I decided to practice Hinduism myself. So it was during the time when I was in secondary school that I had a realization for my own self. You know, so that was the first time I experienced what we call the out-of-body experience, or other people call it the astral projection or something. But I call it the out-of-body experience. So what I saw with myself, it was just like a narration of my life, the journey of my life and where I'm going to end, the struggles that I'll be going through to where I have to go. So it was clearly my life that was being shown to me. So afterwards, I decided to myself that I would choose meditation as my path. And sincerely speaking, meditation is the only way that can give you access into the innermost part of yourself and to tap into what is inside of you and also into the big cosmos. So I chose meditation for myself, and basically that's that. And then sound. I realized that the whole of this universe is based on sound, and we, the human body, too, emanate a kind of sound. So I chose sound and meditation because meditation can never be complete without sound. So that was the reason why I chose that path, and since then I think it has been good for me. Yeah, my dad has been complaining about why I've not been going to church and all those stuff, but I don't think it's a big problem. They wouldn't understand now, but maybe someday they'll understand me. Yes, please.
Someday they will understand. So this path that you have chosen,
Yes.
what will be your destination?
Well, I believe the universe itself is a dark universe. You know, the totality of the universe is darkness. But the Creator made us light. We human beings became light because in this realm, this is the only place that we can see. We are able to see because we are light beings. That's why we are able to see. So I believe that when I leave this realm, since I'm light, I'll enter into the darkness once again. But because I'm light, I'll be able to navigate through my way. So my notion is, I'm not thinking of heaven or hell. I'm just thinking of realms, either the darkness or the light. But I am the light, and I know if I should leave this realm, I'm entering back into the darkness. So
what made you a light? How do you know you were light right now? What made you
realize that I'm
light?
You know, we are here, we are trapped, because you can trap light, but you cannot trap darkness. So this body is trapping light, and it's making us visible to see ourselves. Because when you throw a light at a surface, let's say when you throw a light at a mirror, it disperses. But behind it, it cannot travel behind the back of the mirror. So the darkness is always at the back, but because it's reflecting, that's why you're able to see. It reflects on the object, so you're able to see. I don't know if I'm making sense with myself. Yeah.
I just want to understand. Okay. What made you, or how do you get to know that you are light, and how you were able to tell that when you go back, you are going back to darkness?
Okay.
That's what I want you to explain.
All right. So another way to answer this question is, when you practice intense meditation, maybe you're able to experience the out-of-body experience, or even another explanation to be in the dream state. When you dream, you see yourself. But ideally, when you sleep, you enter into the state of darkness. But you're able to see yourself. So that made me realize that, no, I'm a light being on this realm. And when I leave this physical body, I'll go back into the darkness. But for me to be able to navigate my way through the darkness, I have to be light. So that's how nature made us.
So is everybody light? Is everybody a light? Is every being?
Yes.
Like you, or there are people who are different? And is it your progression where you believe you will go and navigate?
Yes.
Is it like that for everybody?
Yes, that's what I believe. Because the afterworld, I've not been there, but with my experience and what I've seen, I can only give a glimpse of what I experienced in secondary school during the OBE experience I was talking about. You know, there was a moment where, after all those struggles and everything, there was this place, the final place that I went. It was the mighty gate. You know, I saw myself, the way I was standing, I could see the entire universe, but it was covered with darkness. And I was standing in front of a mighty tall black gate, and it was open slightly like this. So all I could see inside was light, a pure light that I don't even know how to describe that kind of light. You see, so I believe that we are all light beings. You understand? But the universe itself, the universe beyond this world is pure darkness. It's absolute darkness. But nature made it in a way that for us to be, because once we are in this flesh, we have human spirit. And once we have this human spirit, when we leave this flesh or this realm into the dark realm, naturally that's where we are all going. Everybody is going into the darkness. When we leave this realm, we are all entering into the darkness. But we must be able to navigate our way. So the nature made us light for us to navigate our way.
So what will warrant someone, or what will guarantee someone that navigation through the darkness?
I believe meditation. Yeah, because meditation only will make you vibrate. You know, because human beings, we are full of atoms. You know, there are particle, tiny bit of cells within our body. So the more you chant or you meditate, meditation not just being the stillness of the mind only, but you know, with sound and chanting also, it helps the body to vibrate. So the more you are vibrating, you are emanating some kind of electricity within you. You know, this power within us forms a whole lot of realities within us. You understand? So what I know is that I know we are light beings because of this body. We are trapped. This body is the only thing that can trap light because it makes us visible to see ourselves. But once we're able to leave this realm, or we transcend this flesh, we become pure light in the darkness. It's like the afterworld. How I perceive it is like, let's say we are all traveling to Kumasi. On our way going, we know this is the road that we have to go. But as we were all going, I got to this part of the road and I decided to branch. I have not kept track on where I was destined to go. So definitely, as I'm going this direction, I don't know what is there. So whatever challenges or whatever trials I'm going to face over there is between me and myself. It's just me. Whatever I'll face over there, it's my own experience I have to go and face. So the purpose of nature is that this is where we are all going. So follow the path. But along the line too, somebody also because of curiosity, you like to go and know what is on the other side. So somebody might branch to the other side, trying to understand what is also there. But at the end of the day, you shouldn't lose focus of where you are supposed to go.
What if, like Kumasi, you can pass in Sanwem Suhum to Kumasi?
Yes.
You can still pass Koforidia and still get to Kumasi. So what about that?
Yeah, so
if you are passing here and I decide to longer here, and the main point is me getting through to the destination.
Yes, that's it.
So if I shuffle from one side, what?
No, there's no problem with it. I'm not saying there is a problem with that at all. But what I'm trying to say is you shouldn't lose consciousness of your purpose, where you are supposed to go.
Your destination.
Yes, please.
So if this is for everybody, everybody is a light being and we will all go through the darkness to navigate, if it is like that, why must your father complain about you not going to church?
Well,
what will be the reason? What is so special there? That a father always knows what is best for the children.
That's true.
So what is so special there that would make your father feel that, oh, maybe he's a one sorry? Why do you think he feels, he worries about you not going to church?
We are all strangers to ourselves, you know. He's my dad, all right. I came through his loins and I'm here in this realm. But we have our individual destiny that we are here to fulfill. You understand? So he had his life that he has lived, or he's living to where he is now. And I also have my own path I also have to carve. So not deviating from his advice. I think salvation is personal. And seeking for your Creator is something that is an inward, I think it's an awakening that you feel within. So somebody might feel comfortable being a Christian. Somebody too might feel comfortable being a Buddhist or whatever sect or anything that anybody wants to affiliate with. But I think searching for God is just finding peace for yourself. Coming to that point of realization whereby you feel at peace within your own self, and you don't feel pressured by certain standards in the society. Me, I don't want. I think growing up, I've read, I don't know, I've practiced, I've been a Christian, Buddhist and all those, but I feel being myself now, I'm okay. I like it that way because I thought being a Buddhist teachings are also good, but the people within the society, it's the mindset of the people. Everything is all about the mindset and the discipline that everybody have for his or herself within the society. So you can be a Hindu and even you will not even benefit what the society is even teaching. At the end of the day, you can still get lost and go to hell or whatever the religion is providing at the end of the day. So I feel everything is based on you and the peace that you will find for yourself.
So do you think you have found your destiny?
I'm still on course because I know I'm getting there. I'm still on course, but I know I'm on the right track. I know I've never deviated.
So you don't know whether you find your destiny?
I know.
So that's what I'm asking.
Yes, I know. I know I'm on the course, but I know I've never deviated from anything because.
So do you have your destiny? Are you in your destiny?
Yes.
You are in your destiny.
Yes, please.
Which is?
What I am, what I'm doing. Like everything I find myself doing, I do it well. Yes. So.
When you say you do it well, what do you mean?
What I've realized with myself like my professional life, whatever I'm doing, I do it well. If it is, I do music too, so what I'm doing, I seek to do it and do it well, not to deviate. That's basically.
So is it all about doing what you are doing and do it right?
Basically, I think anything that you find yourself doing, you have to do it well, to the best of your ability.
So
Yes.
that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
So why then the meditation and la la la?
Oh, it helps me, you know, sometimes we are humans as well. You understand? We are humans in this place. So sometimes we get agitated. And meditation helps you to calm down. Like the scientific benefit of meditation helps you to calm down your nerves, and when you are pressured, all of that, it's also good on that level. But the deeper aspect of meditation, why I love meditation so much is that, like, if I want to embark upon something and I sit in meditation, I get answers. You know, there is this saying that the stillness of the mind, God appears. When the mind is calm, you will see God. God not in the sense of what is being tagged out there, like God being a human being or something. I don't see the Creator like that. I don't see God like that, because even the word God, the etymology of the word God, comes from another word. And so we use God to, you know, just for expression's sake, but to use that word to describe who we all know or perceive to be the Creator of this universe is a wrong perception. Because I don't think God can ever be a human being like me. I can make mistakes. I'm prone to doing a lot of mistakes, you understand? But I don't think the Supreme Creator, as we all know, would do such mistakes. So I find it difficult with some of the scriptures in the Bible saying that God created man in His image. I find a big problem with that. So there are certain questions that, you know, reading the scripture, I come along and I ask myself questions, you know, and I always try to put myself in the position whereby I always tell myself I don't know. You know, that's the only moment whereby my mind can teach me something.
Tell us 5 scriptures that you can refer these to. 5. I'm
not good at quoting the exact
quotations. Don't quote, yes. But you tell us, you know. People will Google and know exactly where the scriptures are. Okay, tell us what is there.
All right, so one scripture is in the book of Genesis where God said, it's written in quote that God said that He created man in His image and in His likeness. That statement, I find a big problem with that. And secondly, too, how they created the creation story in the Bible, I also have a big problem with that.
Which is?
In the beginning, there's a scripture that says, in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. And then He said the earth was void. He created water before. I don't think that's the truth.
What is the truth?
When we get to my topic, I will explain better, yes.
Okay, continue. 2, that is 2.
And then also the Adam story. So God created Adam and Eve, being the first humans that God created as Adam and Eve. I don't think that's true either. It's not true. It's never true.
That is 3.
The story of Jesus Christ, like as it's being painted in the Bible, that Jesus Christ, you know, being the savior of everybody. Christians make it known that Jesus Christ is the God Almighty who created everything. Some Christians have that perception, which is also not true. I don't believe that is true.
4.
And the 5th one too have to do with meditation and even reincarnation itself. I also have a problem with that. Yeah, people believe that when we die, we will come back again. It is not everybody that dies that comes. You see, reincarnation is not bound for everybody. It is bound for certain people. Nature knows how she goes about doing things. So reincarnation is a big topic. It's a very big issue that needs to be looked at very well. You understand? So with me, these are some of the things that I come across the scriptures and I ask myself questions.
So when you see people believing in all these things that you said, and they are putting all their energies and their effort into it, how do you feel?
Oh, it's them. It's them, sorry. It's them. Because honestly, I've come to understand that the minds of especially we the blacks, some blacks have this kind of, you know, our minds have been altered to a certain level whereby anything that you tell them, they don't want to accept. Meanwhile, they know that what they could attest to it, that what you are saying is the truth, but they will never accept it. So people like that, I don't waste my time to. What I know is what is with me, and if I'm wrong, I'll die with it. Wherever I was supposed to go, whatever judgment is there. Yes, please.
So they should also do their own.
I don't judge anybody.
Whatever it takes them.
I try. Some people are there when you tell them. Some people are conscious in that way. When you tell them anything, they will sit and ask themselves questions. Some to you tell them, and there's nothing you're going to tell them that do. So people like that, if I see people like that, I don't even bother myself explaining further, because na make a show be an idea of it. Me can't say them cry now. Won't me say so. I don't want to waste my time on people like that.
You are watching the biggest, the largest, the highest, the greatest, and the tallest. We have one of our brothers here who is going to share with us the concept of creation and spirituality beyond scriptures. That's actually the topic. We just finished with our randoms. Now we know where he stands and who he actually is, and what you can see about him or deduce about him. So we are going to get straight into his topic. So we are going to discuss the concept of creation and spirituality beyond scriptures. What is the concept of creation first, and what is spirituality? Then you come and, mash it together, and then you take us to...
Creation is more scientific in this sense, and many people have the notion that when you think about creation too much, you wouldn't understand anything, and then they have a perception that God hid the creation process from man. He never did. God never hid anything from anybody. I'm using God because that's what we all are familiar with, but I don't feel comfortable using the word God to describe, because God is the name of a deity. You understand? So the word God is the name of another deity, but I don't feel comfortable using that word. But for the sake of this interview, I think I have to use that word so that everybody can understand what I'm talking about.
You use what you think you have to use.
I call him Odumankuma. I prefer that word.
Okay,
yeah.
So they say this, you say it for them, but okay. This is so we are able to get it straight.
All right. Okay, so Odumankuma, I prefer using that word Odumankuma, because the secret of creation too is in our father's language, it's in the Akan language. Our fathers were wise in that level, and they understood everything, they knew everything, and they coded everything in our language, because our tradition was more of like an oral tradition. Mostly it wasn't written. Read accounts, it wasn't written. It was more of an oral tradition. So they left certain secrets in our languages. So if you pay close attention to it, you will understand. You will understand how this whole creation came about and everything. So how I came about to understand creation, in my understanding, I think creation is more scientific in this sense, and then spirituality also is more scientific in this sense. The whole concept of spirituality is nothing but the understanding of this human physiology. That's all. How you can build this machine, because right now on this earth, people think AI is the most sophisticated technology ever on this earth, but it's not true. The most sophisticated machinery upon the face of this earth is this human body. Scientists are still, anything that science or technology is doing is to just make this body, edify this machine. Because you eat a piece of bread, it becomes you. You drink water, it turns into this. Anything you take, it becomes part of you. So there's a whole engineering going through this body that we need to pay attention to and understand ourselves more on that level. You see, and we cannot achieve spirituality in our human self without science. We will always get it wrong, because science and spirituality work hand in hand. It's always like that. You understand? So with me, I think spirituality is more of understanding how this human physiology operates and how we connect within this universe and where we stand within this. If we're able to get this concept right, we will know that we human beings created everything, including the spirit that we all talk about, the gods, the angels, whatever. We human beings created all these things into being. Because after creation, the first supreme beings that came on this earth, together with the animals and the trees and everything, human beings became the upright ones. We became the first ones with pure consciousness. We became the first beings on this earth that could use our mind to create things that were not there. You see, so this is us.
Okay, this is us. So the concept of creation and spirituality beyond scriptures, that's your topic.
Yes, please. Yes,
please take us through.
Creation, the creation of this universe is in process. It happened in process. The first element or the first thing that emanated was the earth. People say God created the waters first. It's not true. I don't think it's true. From what I have been able to deduce, the earth came first, because when you have to build something, you need a foundation. And the earth is the foundation, and the earth is a solid rock. The earth is a rock, and it was fire that created this earth. Ija in a ball assassin, Ija nema assassin here. So, for us to understand, we have to understand how volcano erupts from the earth. It is fire that creates rocks and mountains. So when fire is coming, it is molten magmas, particles of minerals from the earth. And then the whole creation of, like how the whole thing started was, in the beginning everything was darkness, the emptiness, it was whole. It was just one big hole with energies running through. Pure electromagnetic energy running through the whole universe. At that time, everything was pure darkness in that state. There was nothing. So the every energy has consciousness within itself. It creates, it multiplies, it vibrates. You understand? So when energy takes another form, it creates another thing. When energy is being tweaked in a certain direction, it creates another thing. So the vibrations of the energies is what creates things. So what we think, like, let me use the word God, or Dumakuma in a sense wanted to bring about creation. So the foundation of the earth must come, like the foundation must come first, and that was the earth. And it was fire that brought this earth up. Fire in its natural form is that. For us to understand fire is pure electromagnetic energy. The electricity that we see running through the universe, that is fire. And it is pure dark. Our ancestors called it Tumi. Science called it the dark energy matter. And our ancestors called it Tumi. Later now, Tumi, but the actual word is 3-letter word, Tum. That is the pure darkness. So that's the power. So I see the Almighty or Dumakuma as pure power. It's not a human being. Or a Tumi or a like, because we are a man of form. It has no form. Or a pure power, or energy, or a power, or Dumakuma you Tumi. That's how our ancestors, if I say ancestors, I think I have to correct this one too, once I have the privilege on your platform. Many a time people think, if you talk of ancestors, we are making reference to an old man or who came to live his life and died at old age and died. No, those are not the people we are talking about. The pure ancestors are the one that give us the language we are speaking, because it has been with us through the blood and it has never departed from us. These are the people we are talking about. Those who came to do things, those who came to give us intellect, the things that we do, you understand, which are still there, like the foundation of things that can never be eradicated from this life. Those are the people we term as the ancestors. They were not humans. They were beyond this human. Like, they were able to elevate this flesh. So they were the pure spirit beings on this earth.
Okay. When you were talking, you said it was light or fire energy,
yes,
that created this universe.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Do you know there were beings that were fire energies? Are you aware of that?
They came later on. Beings like spirits and all those things came later on. In the beginning, there was nothing like spirit. Everything was energy.
How much do you know about archons and angels? Okay,
archons. What I know about archons is, archons are perceived to be the builders of the universes. You see, they
were light, right?
Yeah, they were light beings. They are not demonic or evil as people perceive them to be. They were the first beings, as I said earlier in my submission, that after the whole creation of the universe was formed, and then the first rain poured on the earth, it called out everything. It called out including human beings. There was no God or deity who have to come and sit and use the earth to mold anything. No. The rain that after the whole creation was done and the firmament poured rain onto the earth, it called out all those beings. And the first beings to stand upright were what the Gnostics called them the archons.
So the archons and the angels, are they the same?
They're not. They're never the same.
What's the difference between these two?
Angels were created by men. Like, as human beings were evolving, we created all these beings. It was consciousness, because they don't have flesh, like, they don't have physical flesh like that. The
archons were the first beings that stood upright. Yes. But humans created angels. Is that your concept?
Okay, let me put it this way. We have become, like, we use the word humans, you understand, because archons is just a term. You understand? It's just a thing like saying we are all Akons are human. Let me use the word like they are all beings. I don't want to use the word human because human too is a word. It's an English word.
Is okay.
Yes, they were beings like us. They were the first beings that came after the creation of this universe. This universe was created by pure energy. It was the Tumi, like Odomakwan Ebo Bibia. It was pure energy that created this universe and brought everything together. But we were there. We were existing in the darkness with him. We came out of the dark, the tomb.
Manifestation.
We all came from from us, our ancestors say, the tomb, the darkness inside. We all came from the dark energy. So after the first rain poured on the earth, and everything started coming, including the animals, the trees, and everything, we became superior over everything. I'm saying we because the genes of the Akons ran through us, and they were the first beings that came, and they were not two. They were at everywhere the land was, everywhere you could find this rock or the earth, they came out of that place. So they were everywhere upon the face of this earth. And they became the first beings with power to create the rest of the things. So they became the builders of the rest of the universes, including the gods and everything that you could see.
So are you saying they formed the gene of Isis? You said we have everybody has their gene inside of us.
Yes.
So is it where it could lead to the gene of Isis?
It's possible because once they created everything, including we came through them. So it's like an evolution. After the creation ended with human beings continuing the rest of the creation, that was it.
So what is the relationship between humans and Akons? They love us or they hate us?
No, we humans have become, I want the right word to use. Like, we humans, we have fallen from grace. Let me use that word. We've fallen from grace. We've lost our track and we don't know where we are going. We don't know what we are doing. And we are always blaming an entity that they are controlling us or doing things for. No, it's our mind. We are killing us. We are destroying ourselves with war and all those things. It's business for some people.
So now, Akons and angels, where do we place them?
Well, it's the will. See, these beings, after our ancestors brought all these beings into play. Okay, let me put it this way so that maybe we might understand it. You see, let me use Ghana here because right now we are in Ghana. You see, in Ghana we have certain deities or I'm not saying, I'm not condemning anything of that sort, but I believe in those times when our fathers created those gods or they brought about those gods, there are elementary spirits like the dwarfs and all those things. They are here with us. They are nature spirits. So if you're able to, you know how to tap into them and consult them, they can teach you things. Because they are in a realm that we don't see with our eyes. So if you're able to tap into them, they can give you some guidance and teach you one or two things. So our fathers, with the consultation of these nature spirits, were able to create other gods. So during wartime, they created certain gods for war. And these gods are bloodthirsty because once they are going for war, they will definitely be bloodthirsty.
Can you mention a few so you make the statement very...
Well, I've not been to...
that side?
Yeah, but I know there are definitely...
Okay, so continue. They were bloodthirsty.
Yeah, so they were bloodthirsty gods. And now we are not fighting war anymore. So why do we awaken them with blood? So the more you are giving them blood, you are rather killing yourself. At the end of the day, they are not doing any good to you. You understand? They are not doing any good to you at all. So leave them, let them be there. There are other deities too that our fathers created that were good enough. They were serving us, you know. They were bringing fertility and all those. It's not necessary that you have to go and give them blood. Indians, in some time, were offering blood. They were doing a lot of nasty things. Sorry, excuse my word. They were performing blood sacrifice and all that, but they have to calm down. You know, the thing they created is so you have to find a way to
silence it.
Silence it within your consciousness. Talk to whatever you created.
Because you create it at a particular condition.
Exactly.
The condition is past.
It's past.
Why do you want to make the deities permanent?
Exactly. It's wrong. It's wrong. They will always find a way to hurt you because energy you give in, you get what you give is what you are definitely going to get back. So we have to be careful on that side. You know, I always speak against that one. The blood sacrifice is too much. It's what is hurting us now. You know, the ether in the atmosphere. Maybe it's like Africa is smelling, you know, and it's because of all these things that we are doing. It's wrong. It's wrong, and we're always putting blame on some deities that they are hurting us. Nobody is hurting us. We are doing that to ourselves.
You are watching the biggest. Even the air is polluted. We are a bomb. People decided not to shift. Now more old earth and so no more by extinct. Now more and more struggle. More we do baby near real. Imagine, look at how we have actually polished a robbery. The cars will be here. People have come here for consultation, and a Range Rover. Car Range Rover, not Kia, not Opel, not Chevy, not a whole Range Rover will come and park at where people have parked their cars, as if he's also coming here because similar cars have parked there. But unfortunately, no, the Range Rover is there removing people's car batteries.
Oh.
Removing people's car batteries, a whole Range Rover.
Wow.
Because people are making it look like if this man or this pastor or this is driving a huge car, he cannot steal from me. Even police will see a huge car and salute. This is our level. So watching.
Yeah, the power is within us, so it's within the
universe. He's watching for us to activate it. Yeah,
well, I have the belief that once, because there are certain, I could see, sometimes if I watch the internet, I can see that some people are coming up. Yeah, gradually. It will take time. It might be years, but definitely there's hope.
Still get there.
Yes, please. Yes.
We will be great again as Black Nation. Okay, please continue.
Okay, so the creation process, like I said earlier on, it was darkness in the beginning. Everything was darkness. What was moving within the universe was pure electromagnetic energy. It was pure energy at that time. So now creation must come forth. And the creation of all these things was just for us, we the humans, just, for peace. If we talk of love, this is love. The edifice of this whole universe is love, because the universe is loving. The universe itself is calm. Everything which human beings need to live comfortable is within the universe. So how come we are polluting everything? You understand? So the beginning of creation, the next thing that came was the earth, and it was the fire that brought about the earth. It erupted like the way volcano erupted. So as it came, it erupted and then it cooled. So this earth is hanging. It's a solid rock though, but it is hanging on, it's hanging. So let's say this is the electromagnetic energy, and then the earth is in the middle. It came to form as the foundation for the rest of the things to come. So after the earth came, the next thing that came was fire. So after you've laid the foundation, you need to build pillars. And that was where the mountains came. And it was the work of the fire who does that. So fire didn't come alone. It came with air, but in the form of heat. Because when air is pressured, it becomes heated. So air came in the form of heat, accompanying fire to come and do its work upon the face of this earth. So we started creating the mountains and the peaks and all those things. So after all, fire did all this kind of work. It laid the foundation upon the face of this earth, preparing it for the water to come. So after all these things was done, now the fire must cool. So you could see touches of, in my mind's eye, that was how I was able to perceive it. You could see touches of fire just to give light upon the face of this earth. So fire became the first visible light that we saw. It became red, but its natural or its primal form is darkness. Fire has no color, it is pure darkness. But as it came to being, to come and take form, it became red like we see around. So there were touches of it upon the face of this earth to give light, and then the air was hovering around the earth. Air was the element that was used to create water. You understand? Our ancestors call it bosio, and I say ebo. Ice is the sixth element, but science has frowned on it. They don't talk about it that much. Ice is always the sixth element. It is in us, it is in nature. Ice was used to create water. It has to rise up to cool, and then when the time came, it has to fall upon the earth to melt, to create the oceans. So when the water was the fourth element to be created. So first element was the earth, then the fire came, and then after it cooled, the air emanated, because right now it wasn't heated, it wasn't pressured anymore. So air must cool. So air was moving upon the face of the earth, and we have 7 types of air. We have the ones that the animals breathe through. We have the ones that we human beings breathe through. We have the ones that the plant also breathe through. And then 2 is in the ocean. I think the white people have been able to identify as the Bay of Biscay and the Bermuda Triangle, thinking that was where they threw our dead ancestors and they formed a kind of energy ball. No, I don't think that's not the truth. That's the energy, and that's where the air stands to keep the ocean from coming onto the earth. See,
up to now, people even believe that when you pass the plane pass, they will get missing.
It is the ship. I think they are hot here, no. Where do any physical object be for a bit more train question. But how you from any jina be? How from any jina? 2 jina how no? And 2 is was rock. 2 na was rock no didn't say no was in now. You can know 2 na was rock. They see for more. Best say be so the 2 is up there to help with the formation of rain. It is about train in so no. At the coastal now forming a dark clouds no. It is formed dark clouds no. We are not back on so a train born no abe bomb. Ne bubu into smaller parts now from about corner be train ko. It air train ko na to as a form of rain. So it is purely scientific. If you give yourself time to it, you understand. Nothing was hidden from us. God never hid anything from we human beings. Everything is there. It is purely scientific. Yes, we should give ourselves time and understand. We will know. So that was how I've been able to understand this creation concept. So I came to realize that no, nothing was hidden from us actually. We
now understand the creation, your concept of creation.
Yes, please.
Because it's not everybody that will agree to this.
Yes, oh sure.
Because there are many theories saying different things. Yes. I mean, people are now trying to understand this Big Bang theory. So everybody is holding part and, you know, so we understand your concept. So how do you explain spirituality beyond scriptures?
Okay, so what I would say is there is this perception out there that spirituality has to do with you calling on to spirits and all that. That's the different from that spiritism, like invoking other entities and all that. That's a different thing altogether. And that one, you have to be very careful delving into that aspect of life. But understanding spirituality is more or less like understanding how this human being operates, understanding yourself, understanding how even your heart beats, why is the heart beating, how your mind functions, how you can use your mind to attract things to you. If you pray, like we've been told to pray, now you pray. How do you attract those things that you've prayed for to you? Because you are the one you are the one going to do that. Nobody is going to do that for you. But because of laziness with ourselves, it's not easy. It's not an easy path to embark on, and people are expecting magic. Abracadabra, you do know, it happens. No. It's not like that. You know, life is a serious thing. We have to take it serious because to search for yourself and to understand yourself is, it's a journey. It's not something that you can just do within a day. And I think I would like to use this opportunity to address something. I don't know if I'm permitted to, because last I watched an interview here and one guy was talking about lesbianism, about that our ancient goddesses used to be doing that, trying to inculcate that into spirituality or our ancient African spiritual practices. It's not something, you see, that immaculate conception is there. Like a woman being able to impregnate herself is there. It's pure energy. But, the explanation is making it seem as if a group of female deities or goddesses have met and then they are foreplaying among themselves. It's not like that. It is pure energy, pure chanting and herbs. Because you can never achieve that without the use of herbs. There are certain herbs that I don't know. I've not really delved myself to research into that. Yeah, but I know there are herbs that can help you do that. You see, and there are forms of chant. Because there are certain chants, if you chant it in a certain direction, it's like a key. Certain mantras are there, it's like a key. When you're able to chant it in a certain direction, it opens certain, like certain portals within your human psyche to be able to achieve certain things. And that's the power of meditation. That's the power of the human mind. And right now, though we are learning to, stabilize our mind, but we need to learn how to control this one too. Because this is the most important thing, the heart. If you leave the heart out and then try to leave everything within the mind, you will get entangled. You understand? You
will get entangled. This is why we don't say a lot of things. If actually it's not business, you don't say certain things. The other day I was telling, a man was here talking about how you can use your orgasm to, and I was telling them how we can actually use a bit of herbs and you chant, and then if there is any addiction, wherever the person is, you can actually trigger the person's libido or what do we call it, sexual energy to heal the person. These things we don't actually put in a public domain, but the man came and he was talking about it, and my mouth, we can use, like you said, a lot of things, because like I said, me, I can be in my room, do a few things wherever you are. If you are addicted in smoking and in drinking, alcoholism and all that, I can be in wherever me want, and then I will do a few things with you, make sure that your orgasm is really high, and instead of bringing it down, I will push it into your brain, and it will actually wash things out, and then it will pass through where it's supposed to pass through to heal you. But these things, this kind of knowledge, we don't put it out there, because everything you want to put it in line is a problem. Say mu heli me guy afọ na ama mu hu a meye. Say mu heli me ko nyame be ma ye duru ho.
Well, you're doing a great job, honestly. Seriously.
Really?
Yeah, seriously. Me, ever since, you know, like I've been watching other platforms before I came to see your platform. Ever since I came to see your platform, I got stuck. Anytime I drop a content, I would like to come watch it. And I like where you alone are speaking. I like that part. I like to watch you alone speaking. Time with Mami Grace. I like that part of the program because it makes me understand you better. Yeah, so I think you are doing a very good job, and I think I'll congratulate you for that.
You are here, honestly. So we are doing it together. God help all of us. Odomankuma help all of us.
Yes, please, yes.
So we are able to get there. So how do we get into spirituality beyond? You were explaining a very huge something. Spiritism. People follow spiritism in the name of spirituality.
Yeah. It is wrong.
So can you explain what spiritism is and what spirituality is within us?
Yes.
At the moment you focus on yourself and you focus on me and understand that I am you, yeah. You are me. That is when you know you are practicing spirituality.
Yes.
And spiritism is when you are bowing to something, yeah. And invoking. I mean, can you please explain this?
Yeah, Odumankuma give we humans free will. That will is the ultimate power to the total liberation of our mind and our actions that we do. So the moment, you know, I've also been a victim, but what saved me was I've never had a pact with any deity growing up. Yeah. And the moment you go into a pact with a certain deity or a spirit, you become trapped, because this energy is over the years or over the millennia, the beings who created this spirit into being, you know, they created them out of their consciousness. So they are alive. You understand? They are alive out there. So when you try to tap into their realms, it becomes a reality unto you. So over the years, we have neglected the true one that the Almighty gave to us to come to this earth with. More or less like we call it our soul or our spirit, our individual spirit. So that is what we are supposed to search for. And that spirit is not dwelling in us. It's another thing. You know, it's like an inch, or to say a shadow no DH, you know. The soul can never dwell in us. You understand? We human beings are separate. That's why whatever we do does not affect the soul, because the soul is like pure. It's a pure energy. It can never get dainted with our, excuse me to say, our kind of negligence. It
doesn't go with our will and our wishes.
Yes. So on I say, or a neutral.
It can't be manipulated.
It can't. No, we can never manipulate the soul. Sometimes I also find it difficult if I hear people say, or friend a crown or teacher, no, I find it difficult to believe that, because we have our individual spirit as human beings. That's what makes us live as human beings on our own. And then the soul too is another day or divine being which is also part of us. No monitor. So it comes in at the right time to come and help us. That's what we are supposed to contact. And doing that, we need to purify ourselves. Meditation is very key in this process, because the more you meditate, you're able to, align yourself. I came to the consciousness or the realization of sound by my own self, not by anything, because if I should close my 2 ears, like I could hear some sound within me. It's a vibratory sound. So it tells me that there's some kind of mechanism going on within my body. So I have to, if I want to energize that my body, I have to just tune into that sound that I'm hearing and try to follow the sound closely and try to repeat the sound out. In that way, I'm creating fire, like I'm energizing the fire energy within me to be able to hit whoever is following me, like my soul, to get connected to it.
Now, do you know, let me say this and let me ask you this. I did, I think I did angels, the fallen angels and yeah. And my own pearls, the ones I love. Mrs. Oyinijan, how are you? I will give you a voice note, okay? They were asking if this is what you are saying, that we should not submit to any angel, blah, blah, blah. Then what is our guardian angel? You just said something very, very, very important. Your own soul is your guide.
Yes.
That is the one following you.
Yes.
Can you explain that part a little bit for me, please? Okay,
so the soul, I would say the soul is the, if we have a God to worship, we should rather worship that one. Now, it comes in this form. We are not able to worship ourselves because human beings, we are supposed to worship ourselves. Worshiping ourselves doesn't mean I have to come and bow down to you every morning. Servicing. You understand? If I'm in the right position to be of service to you, I have to. Because service to man is service to God. We don't see the Creator anywhere. But we're able to see ourselves. So doing that kind of service to ourselves is worship. It's a form of worship. Because if it's the same thing they're doing in the shrines and all those things, but they don't know. Because so I'm not saying going to those places is bad. I don't want to condemn anybody's faith because that's what people believe. Going to these people, you are going there with something. To go and offer something.
To trade.
You are going to trade. So we are offering something to get something in return. So what isn't it the same thing as giving, like helping your brother? If you feel he or she is in the need, that you can offer that kind of help to the person. It's the same thing, it's the same worship. So to be able to let the spirit that is following us come, because that spirit is or a pure, you understand, or a pure energy, or a flame. You cannot even
understand its responsibility with you. So he will not charge you anything. All you need to know is know that.
Okay, you understand, and just know when to talk to it, because.
And there is you. Nyame wo ho. Ibahi. Ela banyo kokoko.
So spirituality, that's what it's all about. And then, you know, the scientific aspect of it too is understanding how this human physiology operates. You know, science says we have this 12 nervous system that has been used to create the 12 zodiacs, and you know, 12. So everything is within us. So we just have to know how to understand how these things operate within us, and then know how to polish them. Righteousness is key in our life because we need to practice acts of righteousness. It's key because one person I would say, practice like try say, who will lead this kind of modest life? Yeah, you always feel that something is following you. You understand? You feel it. You feel if you are not able to feel your energy, won't mean feel say be do it. Yeah, as one say, Okokotoko today it is now feel say be hantel, and that's different. But when you are aware of yourself and you are aware of what is following you, when it is closer to you know that you know. And also only waiting so feel why you're empty. You understand? You know,
you are not sick, but you feel you've lost something. You are not okay. Exactly. Be like that. And all that.
Yeah, it's real. It's real.
Abusia, say I'm fan life. No baby, I am say no be one no me bisa the question. As some no ya straightforward case. At the end, bisa. We are looking for that one thing. So if you come and you are like, hey, I mean, kwan, and maybe we are say, oh, Ghana, crowd to kwan. Ti ebe bisa question nkwa na be we amari asese say obi anya hwimo obi a o. It is knowledge. Eno ne ye kasa nobody can help anybody. Obi any one mo ni Lazarus bi a we atete apro asa wo na brabo mu. We are all struggling together. Nobody is over anybody. So let's mama yen pick knowledge no. Na yen fam bom ni yen self hate no nto nchen. Yes I yen ko. My brother, you have 3-4 minutes to summarize this. Maybe someone just plays his channel or her channel here, and he will know that we are discussing the concept of creation and spirituality beyond scriptures. So this Bonetofa, Fabomuna, 5 minutes address this. I same way to say your platform here for just 5 minutes to address this. When you are done, add your advice to it, and then if there are social media handles you add, then we are gone.
So, creation. We need to understand the concept of creation, because until we are able to understand the etymology or the beginning of creation itself, we will get everything wrong. Yeah, we are going to get everything wrong. So we need to understand. The reason why I'm saying this is I find it difficult to believe that I was created. It's so it's primordial. It's it doesn't add up. And also, you know, creation is in the process that after everything was done and ended, now there was procreation. That was where the power of the woman came in to take the seed and then process it in the womb to continue the creation, like the process of creation. So there is nothing like no, but after everything was done, Odumakma in his own wisdom poured forth the rain on the earth, and the rain called forth everything, vegetation and everything, including the animals. Because if we believe that no spirit formed animals from the earth, so naturally it tells you that we human beings too came out of the earth. And I can for example more believe JDB say you understand? So it's a reality, it's there. We all came after the first rainfall, after creation, we all came from the earth. But the first human being that came out, no, they were gods. They are from gods. No form. A god is a being who has form. We human beings are gods. You understand? But until you're able to realize yourself, you can never tap into that realization. It won't be a reality unto you. You see, so I feel we have to go back, ask ourselves questions, and always put our mind in the state of we don't know. If you're able to put your mind in that state, the possibility of knowing will always come to you. You have the edge to ask the right question, and the right answers will come to you. Nature never hid anything from anybody. There's nothing like secret in this life. Always I say that. Because but nature itself has never hidden anything from anybody. We just have to ask ourselves the right questions, and the right answers will come, because the universe is in us. We came from the earth, and everything that made this universe is within us. Insio, uja, inframa, ebo, I mean the ice. So what is hidden from us? There's nothing hidden. We have to tap into that consciousness. And understanding this is spirituality itself. Because if you put me back this realization, you understand yourself. You will begin to ask yourself the right questions. Sometimes, so you say, "Udi brother, not better." No, like you don't see the bread anymore.
You are what you eat.
You are what you eat. You understand? It's a word, but you can't track it. But you don't see to understand the scientific process behind that word that we are saying. So life is serious, and we should take it serious and treat ourselves well.
Life is serious, so until you see treat you who serious. We are going to the pearls who were asking me about what about the guardian angel. Now me tell me say, oh, I will try and set something for you people so that I will answer your questions. So there's it's not that a dina no and I'm something which is there, but honestly something is following you. You came with it. Only responsibilities. I won't reject no. We will talk about that one day. We will call him to come and talk about it. If you think we should bring him live, hit it on the comment section. Any social media handles, maybe people would want to ask questions. Okay.
Well, I'll do music, so maybe I'll put my music out.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So you can follow me on all social platforms, Shiva Roxen. Just type Shiva Roxen. Shiva is not the Indian deity Shiva. Yeah, but it's a combination of sounds, the fire and air. Yeah. So Shiva Roxen, yeah, that's it.
What music do you do?
Well, I do spiritual music, deep music, but
which is?
I fuse it with hip hop and reggae and a bit of Afrobeat.
Next time, Uba for Bibra and but media me pay me can't tell me say UTT paper for paper ni Bibra me na me born and come soon. So the social media again. So
Shiva Roxen, SHIVA, and then Roxen, ROCKSON. on all social media handles. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram,
everywhere, TikTok, media keke kan. Abusia, mun follow no na mun bisa the question. Na mun ma mun pagya ni music you no fan kosoro. So what you say? And so that china on be can say dia we hu no. Onim bibi ne wakotena wona afi time ewu ne yi. Abusia, we will get there. I am so sure. And I make no mama my proud though. I feel when we say me obi. The icons, you know, we have the darker side. 1, 2, and 3. I left it behind. I think I'm going to release it. Since we've seen that the biggest they are watching us, we are going to do better. I'm not saying we are not doing anything. Like we are going to progress. Thank you so much for coming, my brother. We do appreciate you. Bring me your music so I can play it.
All right, ma'am.
People buy it. Is it on sale?
Yes, it's on all streaming platforms.
Please, moon streaming, encouraging you push it. Thank you so much for watching the biggest, the largest. Thank you so much for coming, my brother. Shalom.